Okay, so we're testing out a new green screen and recording setup for the reviews right now for the next couple, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so to get the comparative stuff out of the way here, the first one was Rocky retooled, the second one was a direct sequel to Rocky 4. This one is Rocky 3 crossed with a good version of Rocky 5, but it's mostly like 3 in that it's a straight, no BS, straight shot sports movie that mostly zips forward without leaning too hard into the bigger picture melodrama franchise mythology, though whether or not that's because they didn't get Stallone back this time is anyone's guess. Either way, it's probably a little better than the second one. There's room for more if they'd like to, but it's a rock-solid trilogy if they decide to cut it there anyway. Story-wise, here's what we've got. Adonis Creed is attempting to do what no other good guy fighter in this franchise has managed to and retire as champion in relatively decent health, going out on top with a victory bout against the first movie nemesis Conlon, and settling down as a wealthy LA gym owner, promoter of new young fighter, husband, and father. This all gets disrupted by Johnathan Majors as Diamond Damien, a friend and fellow one-time aspiring boxer from his younger street life past before he knew he was Apollo Creed's son and adopted by his widow, recently released from an 18-year prison stint with the physique and brute strength one expects from that kind of life, and a dark secret chip on his shoulder about their history that might actually play out as the reveal the movie tries to make it, given that I guess Gen Z probably isn't regularly queuing up angels with dirty faces these days. He's looking to restart his own deferred heavyweight dreams with the kind of underdog story title shot at Creed's favorite champ that once made Rocky Balboa, but he's also not so secretly a violent, unhinged wrecking machine a la Clubber Lang, but with a very personal revenge motive against his former Fred, which means Creed will have to eventually deal with his past, tell his family and friends about things about his past he hasn't before, level back up into a fighting shape, and challenge Damien to single combat to settle that up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There's like 9 movies in this franchise, guys. Figure out what happens. Thing is, even movies like this that aren't the 9th entry in their respective series are about the details, and the details here are good. Michael B. Jordan has charisma to burn as the lead. He more than proves himself as a director this time out, and importantly, he knows that the supporting cast will make or break the story when so much of his central role is going to be focused physically. Majors makes for an iconic villain with menacing edge leading between swaggering show-off and actual threat, with both performances informed by real vulnerability and overwhelming pressure against expressing the same that forms layers of unsaid but loudly expressed subtext of both of their scenes together. Also notably, despite the obvious focus in genre and subject on the fighting men at the center, the story gives potent scenes to Tessa Thompson, Felicia Rashad, and newcomer Mila Davis-Kent as Creed's daughter for the women in the story. And you know, I also like, and though I understand that some may not, that this one is a lot more pared down than the first two were. Straight story, there isn't a lot of extra weight or side quests unrelated to the main plot that needs to build up Damien as some bigger threat with higher stakes beyond the main personal. The entire danger he poses is to legacy and Creed's sense of self. They settle up because they have unfinished business and have to, and that's pretty much the entire run of it. He's not a bigger or more elaborate villain than he needs to be, and that's fine. You know, it works because it's well performed and you give a damn about these characters. So, you know, the boxing scenes are excellent. The rest of the supporting cast really fills it out. There are some minor cameos from other characters throughout the franchise that pop up that are very welcome. It's a little heavy on montage, but since when has that been a problem for this particular series? You know what? If they keep making more of them and they're as good as this is, apparently they're already set for a 4th one, I'll keep watching. 8 out of 10, check it out.